All right, welcome back to the Nuttycast, the Nutty Novelties podcast, where we tell our stories and have fun. And today, our guest is co-owner Jesse Mangum.
The one and only.
Thank you for joining us, Jesse. I made you be here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So,
I'm on the clock.
scrolling back to 2012, when the business first started under the name.
Oh, this is a quiz.
Quiz.
I believe it was the Nut Hut.
Nut Hut, that is correct. A few of our listeners may remember that. So 2012, you were like what, 6, 7 years old,
Yep.
and I was like 24, and I was like,
So 11
okay,
years
in
ago.
real life, Jesse is
I was
8.5 years younger than me.
Yeah. So this was 11 years ago, so I was 15 in 2012.
Basically straight out of the womb.
Yep.
So, yeah. What do you remember about 2012 and me starting this thing? Anything?
I remember you starting it. I didn't get involved until you asked me to, which was years later, right? But I don't really remember you starting it.
Do you remember me having a life prior to Nutty Novelties at all?
I don't remember much. No,
Gracious.
no.
Okay.
I just remember, you occasionally talking about the Nut Hut, but it didn't really become real until I started
Okay.
helping.
And when was that? Do you remember?
So probably a couple years. Was it 2014?
Probably somewhere in there.
Yeah, I'm
Early
pretty
on.
sure it was my junior year of high school
Oh, okay.
that I started helping you. Like when I wasn't in school, like after hours, after school, I would help
make
you.
the product.
I would help you make the product. Yes.
Yeah, you weren't selling yet.
Nope.
I was like, selling is my thing. Jesse, he'll never be good at that.
Yeah. Yep. Specifically remember that being drilled into my brain at the time. Yeah.
No, just kidding. But the thing I really needed was like help making the product more so than help selling the product, which is interesting because now you're like exclusively selling the product.
Mhm.
But what was it, like 2014, 15? So we were making the product one night and it was like late at night and it started to snow.
Well, the people.
And we had to get home, which was only like half a mile away.
Yeah. Okay. I remember now. We had to get up Weil Avenue, which was a super steep. It is a super steep hill, and it was like the middle of like a blizzard, and so we couldn't get up the hill, and I don't know how we got home. Honestly, we peeled off to a side street, which was probably an even worse thing that you could do.
Yeah.
Did we eventually get home?
We made. I don't think we ever did. No, I think.
Did we die?
Did we die?
We might have died.
I just remember thinking like this is like we came here to make like 10 jars of peanut butter.
Oh yeah,
something,
that
or
was the
like
thing.
50
We had to
jars.
load up all the raw materials, all the jars, all the packaging, all the nuts.
Yep.
So you take that, you load it into your car, which was like a Honda Accord.
It was a Honda
Like just
Accord.
like this small,
2002.
like
Yep.
even like not even enough space at all for even the things that we had.
No, not
And
even.
then load it up at this facility where you used to work that had this nut grinder that you would use after hours.
Yep.
And we'd
got
make it.
stuck in a blizzard.
We made it there, and then when you're done making your few dozen jars, we would box that up and load that back up into the car. Yeah. Yep.
I was like, there's gotta be a better way. We are working so hard to make so little product and
Yeah.
make so little money.
Yep.
At
the time, I don't even remember thinking that way. I'm just like, this is cool. I'm just like, this is fun.
That's a good brother.
Now I would never tolerate
He just
that.
loved hanging out with me, no matter what it was.
I know. I didn't have
I was like, we're gonna go journey into the desert now for 40 years, and here he comes.
I'm like, sweet, this is awesome. Yeah. But now I don't think I would be able to, like, I would be so like critical of every step.
Mm.
But you know, everybody has their seasons for a reason.
So fast forward a couple years, you're in college
Mhm.
at the beautiful
Cedarville
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 University
University.
in Ohio.
Yep.
And I like Nutty Novelties is growing. We're definitely not a big company. I wouldn't even say an established company, but we're growing. And I, for one, I'm the only full time employee of the company, and I'm busy, and I'm like I could use some help. And I'm like Jesse would be awesome. So I actually made you an offer.
And your busiest times were the summer.
Busiest time was definitely summer, which
So
still
during
is.
the summers, I would work like full time
That's
during
true.
the summers.
Yeah. When Jesse was in school, he was working like full time as the production and then markets on
Yeah. I
Saturdays.
think the first 2 years, I think 2016 and 2017, I was the production person. And then
Okay.
2018 and 2019 summers, I was the beach market person.
Oh.
I think
With
that's,
production or not?
I don't think, no, I don't think
Mm.
so.
Okay.
But I
That
think that's generally how it
because
divided
the
up
beach
there.
market season is crazy. Like we go down
Yeah.
to the Jersey Shore and it's like we got Sea Isle on Tuesdays, Ocean City on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse picked up Ventnor on Fridays.
Yeah.
Saturdays
Eventually, from
is
being down there enough,
Brigantine.
I found more markets.
There's a bunch
Um,
down there, and it all
but at
rocks.
first, it was just Sea Isle, Ocean City, and Brigantine.
Right.
And it was like a big deal for you to like hand those off to me at
Yes,
the
it
time
was. Yes, it
because those
was.
were like your babies at the time.
Yes.
And you were like, can anyone else except me even do markets? Um, that's how it
Which, by
felt.
the way, shout out to Janice Riley, who's doing those now
Yep,
and is beasting them.
100%.
And adding even to what we've started. She's now what Brigantine, occasionally
Yeah,
Wildwoods,
gonna
Surf
have some Stone
City,
Harbors in there this season.
Stone
You
Harbors.
said Surf City, and then Surf City's Mondays, Sea Isle Tuesdays, Ocean City Wednesdays, Ventnor Fridays. So she has one day on Thursday to relax.
What a complete slacker.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same
Just
thing.
kidding. No, that's a very full schedule. Yeah, the beach markets are are
They're a beast.
awesome, but they're demanding. They're
They are.
demanding as crap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's like 2019, and you're about to graduate from college, and I made you an offer to become the first and only full-time employee of the company besides myself, and also a percentage of ownership in the company. And much to my shock, honestly, I was very surprised. I thought surely you'd do something way more big shotish. But much to my shock, you accepted my offer and came on. So what was going through your head at that time?
Um, well, just like say on our new about page on the website, I was literally just thinking
NuttyNovelties.com.
nuttynovelties.com, for all your nut butter needs. I was literally just thinking if this doesn't work, then I'll at that time, then I can look for like a real job. You know, like if Nutty Novelties goes down in flames, like it's still a cool story. And like then I can still maybe at that time I can go reach out to
Yep.
like the financial institutions that I was planning on working for my whole college career.
What? What's that?
Oh, are you getting something?
Oh, didn't. Okay, our
Something?
producer Danielle says we need to go to break for our
Uh-huh.
commercial sponsor.
Yeah.
Okay, let's cut to commercial real quick. This episode is brought to you by Nutty Novelties.
And what does Nutty Novelties do, you might ask?
We make awesome nut butters, chocolate
Uh-huh.
peanut butter, white chocolate walnut butter, habanero honey peanut butter, cinnamon almond butter.
Hmm.
And we also make
Oh, you're asking me? Energy Bites?
Energy Bites. What? Find our products on
nuttynovelties.com.
nuttynovelties.com. And we're back to the show. Okay, so Jesse, where we left off. Oh man, that was so long ago. Okay, where we left off, you had just accepted a full-time partnership position with Nutty Novelties. So like looking back, like what challenges did you foresee in that time? This was like 2019, and like what excited you about this possibility?
Well, what excited me was like the business growing and being a part of the growth and working with my brother as obnoxious as he is. Um
It's beautiful.
and yeah, I was excited about all of that. Um I was obviously worried about, the business failing or like, what if this doesn't work out? Um, you
Yeah,
know,
we're still not out of the woods there yet.
yeah, right. Every day, you never know. But at that time, it was definitely more not like, oh, we could go out of business at any moment, but it was definitely way more survival mode.
Yeah.
I felt like um at that time. And
we
like,
we definitely didn't have the time to do like fun extra
no,
stuff like a podcast
no, definitely
or
not.
commercials or like silly stuff like this.
Definitely not.
It was
So
like sell nut butters or die.
100%. It literally was.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So that was 4 years ago. It is now 2023. Pandemic happened
Mm-hmm.
in the middle here,
Yep.
very early on actually for you. So now that we're 4 years into it, um, what excitements or foreseen challenges from that time have you seen come true or not come true?
Hmm. Um. Well, um, I will. It's definitely been harder than I anticipated back in 2018, 2019.
Wow.
I would say.
I made this as easy as I possibly could.
It has, I know, and you've been great and all, but it's definitely been like harder than I was anticipating because I don't know, I just didn't know at the time fully what I was getting into, and that was kind of the thrill of it. Like, ooh, let's just jump into the deep end of the pool and like see what happens.
Mm.
Um, but like trying to support a family with peanut butter is not always easy.
Yeah, we are both
And
doing that.
we are
You and
both
I
doing
are
that
both supporting our families with
with peanut
peanut
butter.
butter.
Yeah. And like,
And tree nut butters and
and
energy bites
of
available on
course, of course,
nuttynovelties.com.
yes. So yeah, I mean, it was definitely stressful to try to, survive as a small business. So I don't know. I guess I wasn't expecting that at the time, but that was just because I wasn't fully mentally prepared for how difficult it was going to be, or like the mental strain of owning your own small business, and like you said, it's like sell peanut butter or die. Um, and that was our mentality. Like, you had to basically be that way.
Mm.
And that was both for like us as a business and also like my family. Like my wife and I had just gotten married shortly after
March 7th, 2020.
March 7th, 2020, the weekend before the pandemic.
And then the world ended.
So yeah. Um but yeah, it's been an amazing ride because of those because of like that scariness, that fire under your pants, like that's made it all the more enjoyable.
Mm,
um you know and I give all credit to the Lord for blessing us and
absolutely.
blessing our business, and like, you can't like be prideful about like where we've come now, when like when we were in our cars, like, pleading for sales, like
Yeah.
just praying and like, please, Lord, like, please help us to get the sales that we need, like either at this market or like when we're dropping off samples at a store, like please let them like look at this product favorably.
Yeah.
um
I mean, like we say it
so
jokingly, and it it is kind of silly, and it's probably a little over the top, but like there's definitely something about God's hand in this whole thing. Like God has sustained my family and your family through nut butter sales.
yeah, Yep.
And now we've brought on a crew of I mean, you and I are the only full timers, but we have 15 or more part timers.
Yep.
Some of which are knocking on the door of being
Right.
full time, and it's like
Yep.
this whole silly, crazy idea about like selling peanut butter is providing for people's actual livelihoods is for real, and it's interesting because I wouldn't have seen this coming either, but
Yeah. Yep.
yeah. So, your wife also works for us.
She does. There she is now. In the
Yeah.
background,
Her
if you
name is
couldn't hear that.
Katie, and Katie does a little bit of every single thing.
Yep.
Like a tiny bit. Some employees of ours might not even know that Katie works for us.
Right.
But
All
she
behind the
does
scenes.
markets almost every weekend,
Mhm.
sometimes multiple. Sometimes she's with you, sometimes she's by herself. Sometimes she does production. Also, fun fact about Katie, it was her idea to do energy bites. It was not my idea. It was definitely not Jesse's idea. Don't get any ideas about that.
Yeah.
It
I
was
planted it in Katie's mind.
it was Katie's
No,
idea,
not really.
and I remember her it was at the beach. I remember we were in like that place near Brigantine,
Oh.
Smithville.
Oh.
We
Yeah,
were in
yeah, yeah.
Smithville having lunch, and Katie said about the idea of energy bites and was like, "I'll make
I
them."
don't know what
She's
you're
like, "I'll
motioning.
make them. I'll package them. Like, I'll do whatever for energy bites." And I was like, "Okay, if you're willing to do all that, I'm in." Because I've always been like, I don't want to do other stuff with the peanut butter. I want other people to do the acai bowls and the energy bites and the cookies and whatever else, like with peanut butter. I just want to make the peanut butter. I want them to do the awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But Katie was like, no, we should do energy bites and I'll be the one to make them. And I
Yep.
was like, let's go.
Wow. How about that?
And like,
I don't know if I realized that.
yeah.
I knew she was the one that first headed up the project of making them. Oh, Katie.
Where's
Katie,
Katie?
you're being
Katie?
summoned.
Is Katie? Wait,
I
Katie here?
after like the 15th time of Danielle
Katie?
telling me to
Oh
do
my
something.
gosh.
Come
Get
on
here.
in.
Scooch in beside Jesse, like half seat, both of you.
As
Plenty
you
of
can see,
space.
Jesse and Katie are wearing the same shirt.
That's right.
Every day they wear the same clothes.
That's
okay,
right.
so Katie,
Like SpongeBob.
what was going through your mind when you were like, hey, we should make energy bites?
Oh man. I thought anything to use the product more and to sell it with I don't know, just like ways to like show people how to use the product and yeah, get people's minds thinking about like it's not just peanut butter. There's more to it.
You can do cool stuff. Like make
Yes.
energy bites. Katie,
Yes.
you were upstairs. Do you remember where we were when it might not have been the first time you mentioned it, but when I was like, okay, yes, we'll do energy bites. Do you remember where that conversation happened?
Oh my goodness. Was that
Come on, Katie.
I didn't know the answer either.
She's letting us all down.
I don't know.
Smithville!
Oh, that's right.
We had gotten burgers at like a place right there,
Yes.
sitting on the water. It's very cool.
It's coming back to me.
Really? That's what
Yep.
that was the first
that's
time.
what
Crazy summer.
I
Wow.
don't think it was the first time she mentioned it, but it was when she was like,
For sure.
she convinced me. How about that?
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
And the biggest part of her convincing me was like, I'll do it.
There it is.
Okay, I'm in.
There it is.
'Cause
you know,
That's what
I'm
changes it.
maxed out as it is.
Yeah.
But if you'll do it, then I'm in.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And energy bites, I wouldn't say they have taken off, but I think they are like they're about.
Oh,
to
they're
take
taking off.
They're
Like
Oh, they have taken off.
we're seeing some significant sales from these things with the few places that we've tried them out so far.
yeah.
And I'll
People
tell
are
you,
coming back for them.
People come, and I'm number one.
Yeah,
Nobody's
I know.
eating more bites than me.
Yeah.
If nobody else likes them, I'll eat them because they're delicious.
They're amazing.
I like them.
I love how we've expanded them. My ingredients were like what I thought
Peanuts
at
and
the
oats.
moment, and then
Oh, yours
like
were
two
garbage
ingredients.
compared to what we're doing now.
compared to what we have now, it's so different, and I love it.
Yeah, awesome.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Well, thank you for bringing that idea to the table at Night Novelties, Katie, because it's
And
been
it's-
awesome.
Thank you for letting me do it.
So,
All right, we'll be seeing you. Take care.
all right, Jesse. Last question. What are you excited about? / what are you dreading
Oh man.
as you look into the future at Night Novelties LLC?
Well, looking forward to more stores. Looking forward to
And how many retailers are we currently being carried in?
I don't know, like 400 to 500 or something. I don't
That's
know.
correct. Somewhere in the 4 to 5.
Somewhere in there. And my side of the business, you could say, like dealing with the events. I love trying new events, and like sometimes the events might not be great or they don't work for us, and just kind of doing away with the ones that don't work for us and doubling down on the ones that do work for us. I love that year over year process of like making it better and just like improving. And like you always have to try new things so you can find that diamond in the rough event. But I really enjoy that like search for the good events, and like I feel like this year, like we just have a great lineup of events already ready to go because we have so many years behind us of like searching for the good ones. And now I feel like this year is a great year. Just continuing to improve on that. What I'm dreading,
You don't have to answer that.
yeah, I'm not dreading much. If anything, just the pains of growing more.
Yeah.
Like at whatever headaches come along with that, and I'm still probably blissfully ignorant to them. But
Indeed.
yeah.
No, growing pains have definitely been like a consistent theme. We've
Oh, yeah.
grown 10% on average each year of our existence since 2012.
At least.
Sometimes more. Maybe
Oh,
anyway.
since 2012. Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's why your number's so low. You should be talking since 2019. I mean, that's really when
We've definitely seen significant growth, especially in the most recent years.
if you include all those 0 years, I mean, that's going to lower your number.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say is like growing is awesome, but growing pains is a real thing.
Yeah.
Like every time we
It doesn't
kind of
make it
level
easy
up
just
a little
because
bit,
it's a
like
good problem.
it comes with more headaches and more problems. And
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, it's better, I guess, because you're making more money. But like the growing pains are like a real
Not
thing.
necessarily always, like you have to do it right to actually be making money. Like
True.
more sales doesn't necessarily mean more
True.
money
True.
if you're doing it wrong. So that's the hard part that most businesses don't realize. But I feel like that's your specialty, honestly, is like your patience and like holding yourself back from not biting off more than you can chew. That has helped us to grow slowly and steadily, whereas someone else might try to like slam their foot on the accelerator too quickly. So, yeah, sometimes you got to throw them a bone,
Thank you. All right, Jesse. Well, thank you for joining us on tonight's Nuttycast, and it's awesome having you as a partner. And
You too, bro.
thanks, boy.
Good being with you. Good working with you.
Go conquer the world one nut butter at a time.
That's right.
As always,
Stay nutty.